If you like to travel, I'm pretty sure that Turkey is in one of your cliche bucket lists, but I promise you it's still worth it. While there are plethora of information or guidelines out there, it can be confusing as there are so much to explore, especially in Istanbul and Cappadocia itself. So here's a quick guide on winter travel in Turkey. Hence our one-week itinerary covering Istanbul, Bursa and Cappadocia, highlighting how you can maximize your time here without the feeling of the need to rush, hopefully. Just a heads up, traveling in Turkey, especially in Istanbul, require you to walk a lot and also climbing through steep slopes. This video also will cover as much as we can, if not all, where we stay, where we eat, and also some input on what we can do better for the trip and some major quick tips by the end of the video. So guys, make sure you stay till the end of the video. Stay tuned! After a very long journey, consists of 2 flights from Malaysia to Qatar, then Qatar to Istanbul, we arrive in the morning and street check-in at a hotel called Firman Pera, which is very close to our first checklist, exploring Taksim Square. We straight head out for our lunch at Doyum Cafe and Manti. They specialize in making dishes that looks like dim sum. We also tried Turkish coffee for the very first time, but it's quite too bitter for us. We then took a walk along Taksim Square. It's basically a touristic shopping street with inflated prices, just like the shop with my name on it. But still, this place still holds many historical values, like the monument of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and you must take some photos and videos with the traditional tram. You can visit another Instagrammable spot at Cicit Pasali, where it's a small street or passage of restaurant and cafe. From Taksim Square, you can walk to Galata Tower, so we went there for a quick stroll and picture taking session before we finalize our evening with a quick dinner at Matt Burger. Our second day start at a restaurant called Van Kahvelti Evi for our very first Turkish breakfast. If you wonder what Turkish breakfast looks like, they basically serve you food ingredient like cheese, olive oils, few protein where you mix with unlimited flow of bread. We spent the rest of the morning strolling around Galata Tower, made a quick stop at a cafe beside the tower itself for this molten chocolate cake, and record few overly romanticized videos just like the Istanbul Aku Datang movie, hahaha. We crossed the bridge to go to another side of European zone of Istanbul, where you can find an area called Balat. You'll find these cute rainbow houses, someone even recording a movie or even a series here. And that's a cat crossing over a branch of tree. We are leaving Istanbul for a while to our next destination, Cappadocia. If you travel in a group, it's always advisable to take a charter van, which only gonna cost you around $15 per pax for a one-way trip. And Cappadocia itself is a 2-hour journey by air, and I'm gonna see you there. We arrived Cappadocia quite late at night and straight away checked into this very cool cave hotel somewhere in Ortahisar. And yeah, it's really a cave. The landlord of this hotel is the 3rd generation and his grandparents used to live here. Back then, people just dig in any cave they can find and live there. If you travel in the group or when you're in Cappadocia, staying in a cave hotel is really a must. We bought some simple grocery in the morning and made a simple breakfast before our Cappadocia sightseeing day trip. We hired a private guide to drive us around for the day. Fun fact, the word Cappadocia itself means the land of beautiful horses. Here there's unlimited views of rock chimney, ancient cave castle and many more. You don't have to worry much on finding the spot on your own, as your tour guide will know how to surprise you. If you're looking for an authentic souvenir, I recommend you visit some of their pottery workshop, where you can learn more about the industry and having to experience pottery. I made a pot myself and I'm pretty sure I have some skill in this. Had our lunch at a restaurant called Kosebasi Restaurant. This restaurant serves localized meal with fine dining theme, hence their price might be a little bit expensive. But if you ever wonder the real taste of Turkish kebab, you should try it. One of places you must visit is the Love Valley, where you'll see infinite view of weird rock formation which indirectly explain the words of love itself. Hope you get what I mean. Our tour guide brought us to a nice cafe for a tea time where they serve pistachio coffee made with charcoal. Since Cappadocia has no tall building, you can see a very clear sunrise skyline view. I wish we can actually spend more time here. We wrapped our evening in restaurant somewhere in the town of Gorem. Don't really remember the name, but there's a plenty of choices around. Our final day in Cappadocia is a little bit disappointing because the hot air balloon was cancelled as it deemed to be unsafe according to the weatherman. So it was a bucket list that got unticked, but still, being able to stroll around and feed our eyes with the beauty and tranquility of the spaces is something that I always be grateful with. And there's a lot of cats you can play around with. We cook our last breakfast meals in Cappadocia and leave our memory here before we head back to Istanbul. So we're back in Istanbul and we are exhausted. From the airport to Istanbul itself, it's gonna take around 2 hours due to its terrible traffic. We checked in at our Airbnb somewhere around Beyoklu area, which has this amazing view of the traditional city. We decided to go for a dinner at an Italian place called Antique Pizzeria because honestly, we kind of bored with Turkish food at this point. The restaurant had the traditional Christmas vibe, and we ordered some lasagna and pasta dish that we can't pronounce. Today is the day that we are waiting for, which we were heading to Bursa for a one-day ski resort trip to see the mountain snow. We took a day trip tour guide, and the journey from Istanbul to Bursa gonna take around 1 to 2 hours. As we arrived in Bursa, we went for a quick Turkish delight hunting, as the price here is much more cheaper than if you buy it at Istanbul Grand Bazaar. Aside from the ski resort, Bursa itself has a calm and relaxing atmosphere that sets it apart from Istanbul. And finally, the highlight of the day, the ski resort itself, even though it's quite crowded, thanks to its vast ground play area, you still be able to have your own space for a quick snow fight. The highlight of the day was the gondola ride. As someone from tropical country like us, seeing pine trees blanketed in the snow was truly a breathtaking experience and absolutely worth it. However, based on our experience, I like to highlight that it's better to take a private trip or rent a car and drive to Bursa on your own. We didn't feel fully satisfied as our tour guide seems to be rushing back, and it's definitely something that you have to keep in mind. After a memorable day at Bursa, we continued to take our Istanbul checklist on the next day, which we were visiting the Fatih area of Istanbul for all the famous mosques, Basilica, Cistern, and shopping spree at the Grand Bazaar. Start our day with another Turkish breakfast at this place called My Terrace Cafe and Restaurant. Aside from their amazing Turkish dish, you can have this Instagrammable worthy picture taking place. We headed straight to Basilica Cistern with an entrance fee of $35 per person. It's a remarkable underground structure built during the Byzantine era to store water for the city. Even if you're not into history, the atmospheric lighting and stunning architecture make it an interesting and highly photogenic spot to visit. In the late morning, we went to the infamous Grand Bazaar. While the bazaar itself is large, and also provide infinite option, it feels like the price here is a little inflated. But still, I like it as I found several shops that sell unique stamps. Well, I'm a collector. For mosque visit, we started with Hagia Sophia first. Note that the entrance fee is free if you are local or if you are a Muslim traveler that visit for prayer. If not, the entrance fee for tourists is gonna be around €25. After our prayer, I assimilate myself with their great architecture, backdated since the Byzantine era. That day was surprisingly super cold. We heat ourselves by stopping at a random restaurant for a quick hot drink. You can also visit another mosque called the Blue Mosque, and the mosque entrance is free for everyone. Finally, on our last day, we visited another mosque called Sulaimani, which hold many historical insight. You will notice a lot of royal family's tombstone around the mosque. The outdoor area of the mosque is very windy, as the mosque itself located in exposed hill of area of Fateh. The mosque design is quite similar to the Blue Mosque. They even distributed free Quran translated in multiple languages for non-Muslim. Another tips for shopping, there's an area called Eminonu located near to the mosque, where they can offer souvenirs which are, I think, at least 3 times cheaper than the Grand Bazaar itself. For lunch, we went to Stera restaurant where you can have a nice view as well as enjoying your meal with shisha. Our final activity before heading back to the airport was taking the city water taxi, and I highly recommend it. It's affordable and offers a breathtaking view of the city, making it the perfect way to end our trip. And usually around the jetty, you can find balik durum, which is the local fish wrap. Thank you for watching till the end. All in all, visiting Turkey in winter was challenging but also memorable for us. So I would like to share a few quick tips, especially for your winter traveling in Istanbul. For your Uber ride, they only usually gonna pick you up at the dedicated pickup points. So meaning you have to kind of like walk to the dedicated pickup points, then only the Uber driver will pick you up. Another quick tip when you're traveling in Turkey, you can buy some cat foods and feed the stray cats as they are everywhere here. And last but not least, I'm a new YouTuber and I highly appreciate if you can subscribe, like and share this video to support me on my next one.